Developers of Stalker 2 have shared some new information on development process of the game, and they also shared some new screenshots from the game showing how pretty the graphics is. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So developers of Stalker 2 have been pretty active recently. They released a new trailer a couple of weeks ago, and now they've been giving some interviews here and there. And in one of this interview, they actually shared some very interesting information on development process of this game, Stalker 2. Considering all the troubles they went through because of the war in Ukraine. Now, first off, it's worth mentioning that we were all concerned about the fact that working from Ukraine is not really easy, and that may actually impact the development process. I mean, there were some even concerns that the game could be potentially cancelled, but luckily that was not the case, and the actual developer, actually publisher of the game, decided to move as many of the employees from Kiev in Ukraine to Czech Republic, to Prague. And that actually happened, and that was actually a success. Now, initially, they didn't really know what to do, and that's actually in the interview, because they were still hoping at the very beginning that maybe the war would finish quickly and they would be able to continue the work as normal. But of course that didn't happen. The war is still going on there. So the publisher decided to move the employees along with their families to Czech Republic. They couldn't do that with everyone, of course. So out of like 350 or something like that employees, over 200 were moved to Czech Republic along with their families. So publisher had to actually transport over 500 people, because that's employees plus their families. And I think around 120, maybe over 120 people still actually works in Kiev or across Ukraine. Some of them are actually actively fighting, the Russians and stuff. So it's not like every single of them is kind of like working actively on the game, but most of them do. So it's a combination of people working from Czech Republic and Ukraine. It's good to hear that most of the team is actually working in a good condition right now. And I think that's one of the reasons why we actually see that game right now, and they are quite adamant about releasing this game this year. By the way, we've got some new cool screenshots from the game. These are some of the, there's 4 screenshots actually showing the very detailed graphics, and I would actually recommend you actually checking these screenshots in its full glory, better resolution, because obviously YouTube will compress the video, so you're not really going to get all the details from these screenshots. But even compressed video should show you all the details and the lighting and the atmosphere and stuff, right, of the game. This game reminds me a lot of Metro series. I mean, of course, this game is way more open. I mean, I guess the last Metro game was a bit more open, so you could explore and stuff. But this one is it's a proper open world game. I did play the first Stalker, never finished that game because it's quite old now. It's pretty junky, let's face it. But it's a full open world game, and this one is going to be even bigger. Developers say that this game, if you were to finish all the side quests and the main story, can take you around over 100 hours to actually finish, right? So this is going to be a big, massive game with great graphics, as you can see, right? So that's obviously comforting as well. So listen, guys, at least my concerns about the fact that, I was kind of curious, how the hell are they working on this game, working from Kiev, when there's, constant issues with electricity, and obviously, you know, people try to work as usual and that kind of stuff, but you know, sometimes they have to go into hiding in the bunkers and that kind of stuff. So, you know, these people still go through this like every day. But yeah, I guess it makes sense now because, you know, most of the team is actually in a safe place, you know, able to work on that game. So that's very good, obviously. Well, from both their safety perspective, but also from, you know, gamers perspective, I guess, right? So it's kind of like win-win situation for everyone, right? So guys, listen, you know, I can't wait to play this game. Obviously we still don't know exactly when this year this game is going to release. If I were to bet, I would say second half of 2023. I don't think it's coming like first half of this year. Same with Starfield. I know that initially I was of opinion that this game may release like early this year, but clearly it's not going to be early this year. So for Starfield and Stalker 2, I think it's going to be better to actually delay it a little bit and just release it in like September, October, right? And or even August or whatever, right? End of August or something and stuff. And by the way, like Stalker 2 and Starfield are two different games. And by the way, you can, you know, Xbox and publisher of Stalker 2 could potentially, well, release one in September, other in October, right? And obviously we still don't know what other games going to be available at the time. So we don't really know what games these two games would go against. But I think that Stalker 2 and Starfield, they would have enough of a following to be successful anyway. And by the way, these are totally different games, right? One is a proper FPS shooter, survivor FPS shooter. The other one is more like an RPG. But I guess you could say that, you know, in both you explore, you spend like hundreds of hours in the game and stuff. So, you know, I would be very careful about putting these games. Both will be available in Game Pass, so that's obviously fantastic news. Stalker 2 will be available on Xbox and PC initially. There's no word on PlayStation 5 version, even though we know it's going to be a timed exclusive. We don't really know how long of an exclusivity this game going to be on Xbox, right? For Xbox, there were some rumors about this game being 3 months exclusive for Xbox, console exclusive. But I think considering the fact that they are just focusing on releasing this game on Xbox and PC right now, you know, considering all the circumstances with war in Ukraine and stuff, I think that PlayStation guys will get that game a bit later. So probably next year or something like that, right? But hey, this is just me speculating, so don't quote me on that, of course, right? So guys, anyway, that's the video, that's the game, looking fantastic, as you can see from these screenshots. Obviously, there's plenty of gameplay available as well, but these screenshots actually show a bit different environments. These screenshots really reminds me a lot of Metro Exodus, really. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.